The beginning is the sound of a whistle. The band on deck sets the mood. The sea calls. There's a spirit and a special feeling to those first few minutes on a cruise ship, a sense of the adventure that is to come. We leave behind the demands of 20th century life, the noisy traffic jam, the ringing telephone, and we look ahead to days of idleness and pleasure aboard this island of pleasure. The modern voyager is surrounded by luxury, a feeling of well-being that can be found nowhere else. The pace of living slows perceptibly. You begin to feel like yourself again. There is something here for people of all ages to enjoy in their own way. The first evenings are spent in just getting acquainted with fellow passengers. The hours pass in easy conversation. Meals are served in the grand tradition, the food a truly international cuisine. The days are filled with a variety of fun and games on the high seas. Water upon water. The air is not what it was yesterday, and you begin to sense a touch of what is to come. Carefree days, tropic waters. The fun is interrupted only by our modern call to arms. Lunch, sumptuous. 1,000 specialties prepared to please the palate of the most discerning gourmet, served poolside at your leisure. The evenings glow in a magic panorama of soft lights and softer music, and the word romance takes on a new meaning. Morning on the 4th day, the first port of call, Curacao, a little piece of Holland in the middle of a turquoise sea. Your midday meal is served high on a hill overlooking the city of Willemstad. Later, after shopping in this duty-free port, you move through the city, past the floating market, and enjoy the mixture of old and new, of the charm of Holland and the magic of this incredibly lovely island. Early the next morning, the sun rises in South America over the mountains of Venezuela. The road to Caracas lies along a modern highway, past modern buildings symbolic of a nation's growth, past ancient churches symbolic of a proud past. You travel high above the city on the Teleférico, the cable railway, for a spectacular view of Caracas. Later, you journey by car to Playa Azul, a charming resort near the city. Each evening is lovelier than the one before. Each moment unforgettable in time and place. Aruba, a perfect jewel softly placed in an azure sea. Here, there are great prehistoric stone monoliths and wild wind-swept divvy-divvy trees. There are miles of white coral sands setting off a fabulous hotel and casino. You taste the wind and sea and sky. You hear the roar of surf that has hollowed out the very rocks in centuries of endless motion. Then you sit quietly on a houseboat at the close of a perfect day. Between Aruba and Jamaica, there is a relaxing time at sea. Time, a priceless commodity. And now you've learned to enjoy it again. On this island of pleasure, every moment is pure pleasure. All the modern facilities of this floating luxury hotel are yours. Fourth port of call, Jamaica. 18 holes on the most beautiful golf course in the world. A walk through the straw market, and everywhere, the rhythm and sound of calypso.
What if I don't come back? Show where that down, baby. What's wrong with you, Miss Ivy? Why you got to trap me with that baby? What's wrong with you, Miss Ivy? Why you got to trap me with that baby? We only got friendship in November. Child was born in December. Girl, go away with that. Tell me how a monkey became a cat. Keep balling, round finger. Stay home and mind baby.
The gay music of Jamaica gives way to the sound of a drum. It could be Nassau or Santo Domingo. Today, it is Haiti. Here, there is the legend of years past, expressed in art and music. Haiti, mysterious, enchanting, endlessly fascinating. The great ship is heading north now. One more stop, Fort Lauderdale. Its passengers refreshed and relaxed. The Santa Paula, homeward bound. 13 days of enchantment, tropic airs and Caribbean skies, moonlight and romance. A time to remember, a time of pleasure on this island of pleasure.